Here's my review of all the different stretches you can do if you're having piriformis syndrome. So in other words, a very tight or inflamed piriformis muscle rubbing against your sciatic nerve, potentially giving you pain all the way down your leg. A lot of the videos I've watched are people who are showing you the movements, but they don't suffer from sciatic or from the piriformis syndrome, so they make it look very easy. So here's what I've watched, what I do, and my review of them. So the first one, what it all seems to be based around is stretching, but a different type of stretching than what I normally do. So that's the important thing, is that when you're holding these stretches, they're advising a long time of stretching, because again, if you're stretching this sciatic or the piriformis muscle, you're also stretching your sciatic nerve. And if you're rubbing them together too fast, too hard, you can just irritate everything. So the idea is to hold the stretch for a long time. So the first one, so I've got it stored on my right leg. I'll show you. First one is literally the leg through pigeon. I think it's pigeon pose. Soon to press up, right leg. Over to here. Now that's, as you can see, as you can see, that's so the piriformis muscle goes from up here down to your hip, so it crosses over, and this stretch is pretty good. And ways to make it different, you can sit down and just trying to have a straight upper body. Again, it depends on how flexible you are, and just leaning forward. Oh my goodness! At certain points, you try and keeping a straight back is the main thing. And what the advice is, the best advice in here is, don't hold it for 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. Hold it for like a minute or 2 minutes worth of holding. To really, because with a short stretch, you also have a thing called the Golgi tendon reflex. I think that's what it's called, where you stretch it and your muscle quickly tightens back up. It's something which we use a lot in weightlifting for single reps. There's a stretch reflex, and it makes it want to ping back. So you've got to hold it and hold it for a long time, minute, 2 minutes kind of stuff. And the whole point of this, when you're doing it, is the idea to not cause a shock to the muscle. So you're just like sitting here and just slowly relaxing into the position, not trying to shock it, because that could make it spasm. So you've got to be very careful when doing it. Okay, next one. Just give me a minute. I don't do this in all the videos that I watch. Next one, one thing which I'm enjoying is just doing this exercise. Part of the McGill Big Three. One of their big three exercises is like holding this position, going out to that, going out to there, touching, keeping a straight core, keeping like that. For some reason, I don't know why, but this is helping. I don't know whether it's just slightly fatiguing the muscle, although I don't think this incorporates the piriformis muscle. So I don't know. The other one, which is very painful, is for me certainly the clam. Doing the clam out to the side. There's definitely a weakness. Like if I just put a tiny bit of pressure there, can't lift it. And again, doing this very slowly is doing something. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. Whether it's just fatiguing the muscle, which makes it relax afterwards rather than tightening it. But that, if you want to make it harder, get a rubber band, strap it around the knees, and again, so this is part stretch, part exercise. Whether you're meant to be strengthening it up, I don't know. But that, and again, I'm thinking just holding in this position, there is an idea of fatiguing that, so you've got antagonistic muscle groups. So like your bicep is your agonist, and your antagonist is your tricep. the piriformis, I don't know if there's an agonist or an antagonist, but if there's an idea where in weightlifting you use the other muscles for a little bit before you lift a heavy weight to fatigue them, so then they relax whenever you're doing the main exercise. So just holding this, whew, feeling that there, and then relax. Oh. So that might be maybe something to try out. So the rest of the exercises are all following the same kind of thing. However, there's one which is a little bit confusing for me. So usually lying down. So again, it's this butt which is very sore. They all follow the kind of idea of you're stretching this. So the first one, get your knee up there, and you pull your knee across, so you can see a big stretch. So stretching the start to the end, which is somewhere around about here, and just lying back, and again the idea, holding it for a long time. The next stretch is exactly the same, but you're pulling this leg up. Oh, this one from chings. Oh, that one works. So if I do it on my other leg, it's a nice stretch. I'm feeling it. It's a good stretch. Feeling it. Fine. Yep. One that I should do every morning. I really should do this. But another leg. Whew. Whew. Oh, ha. Gah. That's good. If you move your head up and down. So again, this is something which I possibly think you shouldn't do. But when you if you move your chin down, that stretches your nerve. Like your spinal cord moves up and down. That's mental. If I tilt my head forward, oh my goodness. Right, maybe I should have done that. Don't do that. Because that's my new advice, don't do that. Maybe keep your head back. Oh, Christ. Anyway, try and hold it for as long as you can, and I think the idea is that if it's stretching it and it's initially painful, the idea your muscle will try and oh my god, it's hurting more. Your muscle will initially try to retract, and then once you just keep holding it, it should start to release. So that's why the 30, 50 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes is the kind of recommended time to hold. The stretch. But for some reason it's still just hurting. I'm gonna stop that one. Well, the other one, it's kind of the same thing again. The next one, this position again, but bringing this foot over to the ground. So it's just kind of twisting the body. And so I think holding it there, getting that foot to touch the ground. After that last stretch, this is a piece of cake. So again, obviously you can see it stretching here to there, and I'm feeling it in a slightly different way, but not as bad as that last one. Oh my goodness, right. And again, just holding that for as long as possible. Now, the last one, which I find a little bit strange, is the kind of opposite. It's really weird. So all these other ones are all about stretching, but one which I find also works is pushing away. You need to sit on a stool for this, or sit on... so the next one, I find strange. So you bring this up, and then it's pushing that down, does it? I don't know why that's doing it, because everything else is all about bringing it up and stretching, but at the same time pushing that one down, or just keeping that there and bringing the body forward. If you can do that. Nope. Maybe this is too short. But if I do another leg, up, chest up, and leaning forward, that's causing a good stretch on the back. But the same, even just here, pushing that down, that's causing a stretch of something. I don't know why, and I don't know whether you bring your foot further up. No, that doesn't seem to have much of a difference. Pushing down, different from the other ones, which would always be like pulling it. That is helping, or that is a stretch. I'm trying on the sore leg, up, and keep elbow there, chest up. Even just sitting here, that is causing something. Pain, stretch. a sensation if I try and lean forward with a straight upper back. That's as far as I can go. Did I move? Did I? Oh. Try again. So, like, I just can't move. But clearly that's doing something. Try again. That's as far as it goes. You can, like, I can round my back, and if I move my chin forward, don't move your chin. That seems to be all the stretches. So it's just like leg over, or sitting up and leaning forward. Another stretch, which isn't necessarily a stretch, which I find definitely causes something going on, but is not recommended in any of the videos that I've watched, is the A-Z squat. So if you can, in your feet, okay, all the way down there, nice open hips. I'm feeling, I don't know whether it's just because there's a huge curve, something there, but there's, or maybe it's the sciatic nerve is stretching. So that's maybe the difference. There may be differences in the nerve stretching and the muscle stretching. So whenever I move my, should have done that slower. Whenever I move my head down, oh my goodness, pain, pain there. So there is the idea of like, was it greasing the nerve or something like that, where you get that going like that, and again maybe closer foot position, A-Z. No, doesn't make it feel. It's the wide. So for me, certainly it feels like the wide. Elbows right in. Oh, there it goes. That's doing something. Whether it's good or not, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's not something I've seen recommended anywhere. Going on, going there and there. It doesn't seem to do anything. But A-Z squats, maybe they just don't recommend it because they think nobody can actually do A-Z squats. But that is definitely causing something. Whether it's good or not 100% sure. So now, onto the foam rolling part. The reason why I highly recommend against it is because I think people do it wrong, and it's because they put it in the wrong place. They put it on where it's sore, and I think we shouldn't be doing that. We should be putting it at the ball, where the muscle joins on from each side. The other thing is, from watching surgeries of the piriformis muscle, watch that actually made me shout out, oh my god, in the gym when I was just watching it. Horrific. To be a surgeon, you have to be mental to be happy to like cut people open like that and dig through their muscles. It's a deep muscle. The sciatic nerve is deep inside your butt. You're not going to get near it. However, and the same with the actual piriformis muscle, I just don't think we're going to get near it with a bit of foam rolling. But what I think we can do is possibly get to the edges of the piriformis, which is just kind of down here, or more up near your sacrum, which is your tailbone kind of area. Try and just rub it on your tailbone. You might go, that's not really working on my sciatic nerve, but it may be working on the edge or the end of your piriformis muscle. So that's something. So again, I think people who stick the ball of pain right in the middle of their butt and then lie on it, there may be pain being caused to the nerve and to the piriformis, but it's so deep. I just think you're irritating the nerve. So try and do it where you're not irritating the nerve and just moving it a couple of inches to the side, getting where it attaches to the hip. And you should still feel a pretty good stretch there, but it shouldn't be causing pain on the nerve all the way down. But that's a good bit there. If you, it's hard to see because it's underneath my butt, but slightly different position. And again, the other one slightly more right at the kind of coccyx area where it goes. Again, you may not be getting actually the nerve or the actual muscle because it is so deep, but that's what I would recommend instead of just sticking a foam roller or a ball of pain right on the actual pain point. So yeah, that's been my experience in terms of research, foam rolling, stretching, piriformis issues, and just the strangeness of how that one is actually a good stretch, as is leaning forward, and it's just all about movement of that. But yeah, don't expect it to be a quiet stretching session, that's for sure.